You are now entering the Queen's Quarter. We are powerful, strong, and rulers in our own right. There's a queen in you, there's a queen in me. Every woman is a queen.
Hello, and welcome back to the Queen's Quarters. Today, we have questions from our audience, and we're so glad that you joined in, that you're listening, and that you have curiosities that you want to share with us and for us to share with you. So welcome back to our Queen's Quarters. We're going to start off with our roll call, and I'm going to start at the top. My name is Queen Emma. I represent the 60s Club. Next.
I'm Queen T, representing the 50s Club.
Hi, I'm Queen Ty. I'm representing the 50s Club.
Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Queen Queenz, representing the 40 Club.
And I'm Queen Jock, and I'm representing the 40s Club, the youngest 40s.
I'm Queen Lady B, and I'm representing the seasoned 30s Club.
Hey guys, I'm Queen Nye. I'm representing the early 30s Club.
Hi guys, I'm Queen Shay and I'm representing the Dove Club.
So we're glad to have all our representations available so that you can get a viewpoint of everyone. We're going to now have our tea time by Queen T.
Once again, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. It is tea time with Queen T. And you all know I'm always bringing something different every week, different types of teas that have health benefits. And today we're going to be having our black tea. Now, most of us have black tea in our cabinets and we drink it every day, but we don't know the health benefits of it. So today, black tea, I'm just going to give you a little bit of details about black tea. It enhances the heart health, okay? The health of your heart. And it enhances your digestive health system. And also it helps manages your blood pressure. So get your black tea and join us in Queen Quarters today. Now let's see what's going on.
That's awesome. Black tea is my favorite. We're going to now have our Black History moment with Lady B.
Hey everybody, what's up? And as Queen T has stated about the wonderful black tea and how it's healthy for your heart, we want to first acknowledge how the month of February is American Heart Month. Yes. So unfortunately, in the month of February, again, American Heart Month, is a time when nations spotlight heart disease, which is unfortunately the #1 killer of Americans. And even today, more recent studies show that it is still considered the #1 killer of Americans, and it's the leading cause of death worldwide. So with that said, we want to make sure that we are staying on top of our health. We are staying stress-free. We are keeping up with our checkups, with our doctors, and whatever it is that can keep us around forever, for a long time. All right. So in our Black History moment, we're going to briefly honor Dr. Andrea D. Willis. Yes. Give it up. She is a Black physician in the Brentwood, Tennessee area who found, which I think is awesome, a health organization called Diagnosis Destiny LLC. And what they do at Diagnosis Destiny LLC, she actually helps provide terminally ill patients find spiritual peace. So let's give it up for Mrs. Andrea D. Willis. All right.
Awesome. So as previously stated, we had some wonderful questions presented to us from our audience listeners. And we're going to start with Stephanie from Newark. Stephanie wants to know, is love a feeling or a choice? What do you think, ladies?
I think it's both. I think it's definitely both. I think the first thing you do is you feel it. You know when you love someone. You feel it in your actions and in the way that you guys communicate. And then I think you make the choice every day to grow in love and love better, even in the bad times, you know, because the feeling is fleeting. Love is a fleeting feeling. But when you put action behind it and you choose to love, and it doesn't even have to be, you know, a close friend or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your family. It could be strangers. You know, we're taught in church, we have to love everyone, even the people that are unlovable or seem unlovable, you know? So we have to make the choice every day to love and love maturely and love to the best of our ability. So it's definitely both for me.
I like to add to that as well. I agree with Shay, but I put it in a different order. I say it's a choice and a feeling. First, it's a choice because when you first decide to be with someone, to date them, to have a relationship with them, you're making a choice. Even when you first meet them, you're making a choice. Like, I like that person. I think I'm gonna see where this takes us. So first, you're making a choice, and then the feelings of love continues to grow as that relationship grow, as you get to know each other, then the love grows. So I think it's definitely a choice and feelings.
Yeah, I want to kind of add to that. I'm kind of piggyback off of Queen T over there. I really feel like you have to be open to love. You know, a lot of times you get hurt, a lot of times different situations happen and you're not open to love. So when it's right there, you might be real defensive. It might take a long time for that individual to break down those barriers and those defenses you have up because of past hurts and pains and things of that nature. So I definitely feel like inner healing and things like that, love is definitely first a choice. And then once you choose to say, you know what, I'm gonna give this person a chance. I'm gonna let them in and see. I'm not gonna judge them by my prior experiences. I'm gonna be just general and let them in or let her in and give them an opportunity. Then that feeling begins to come in if y'all both are gelling, and then that goes into that whole feeling behind it. But that's how I want to share on that.
So do you think that being that you love is a choice, do you choose to love and then you find somebody, or do you find somebody and you say to yourself, oh, I'm gonna love this person?
That's good, Emma. That's real good.
Thank you, honey. You know, I got a degree.
Come on. A few life degrees.
Come on, somebody. But what do you think? What do you think? You think that you choose to love somebody, or that you meet somebody and then you say, you know what, I'm gonna love this person?
I personally think it goes that way. When someone comes into your life and they kind of like open things up, feeling wise, emotional wise, within you, then you choose. Then you choose, especially if that person opens up something that you have not felt in a long time. So yeah, I think it goes that way for
You know
me.
what? I want to add to that because and I'm sure Queen Ty gonna be able to attest to this. I'm a single woman, and I have, and there's people that tried to fix me up on dates and things like that, and I don't know if I have chosen to really love again. And it has nothing to do with past hurt or past relationships. It's like I just been single for so long. It's kind of like I love my life. Like I say, love it. It never bothers me being single. So I don't know. That's why I say that's a really good question, because maybe I need to choose to love to be able to receive someone to come into my life. So that was a good question.
That's what I was thinking. See, I was thinking that, like, I feel like once you really make the choice to go down that journey of healing that Tans was talking about, and go down that journey of really learning what love is and learning to love yourself, and saying that, okay, I'm ready to love someone, and God feels like, you're ready. That'll open up doors for love to come into your life. So I can definitely see it both ways. Like Ty said, you choose to love a person when they come into your life, because you do have to make that choice. You just don't love any and everybody. But I definitely think once you open yourself up and you've done the work, God will provide that love for you. So
Tracy, that's an honest evaluation of yourself to say, listen, I don't know if this is what I want because I've been single so long.
Yes.
Now, this is the question, you know, for the 50s Club in general. Ty and T, question for you. Basically, your life is, you know, you at this place where you have a consistency, you're a consistent flow. You doing what you want, you spending what you want, you just living your life. Now, you feel like you're a little, would it be selfish? Do you want to be selfish with your time? Or do you think you're at a place where you're ready to share that and open that up and have to make those adjustments for a relationship? Because there's some adjustments you got to make.
You
So
want
y'all
to take that, or you want me to take it?
You take that.
You
take that time.
For me, oh my God, my life is really hectic and busy. But like I said, you choose to spend time with the person. If you want to spend that time, you'll find time for that person. And if that person comes into my life, I'm almost sure, I'm sure I wouldn't have a hesitation in spending and making some time for that person. With my life now, oh yeah, I'm adjusted. I love my single life. I love doing what I'm doing, not answering to nobody. I love it. I love like relaxing on my own time and not having to do nothing with it. I mean, it's a give and take. It's a give and take for me. So, I mean, yeah, I love where I'm at now, but I would also appreciate having someone in my corner as well and spending some time with someone when God bring that person my way.
So do you think that, and then we're going to move on to the next question, but do you think that having in your mind that, you know, I'm living my life like it's golden, you know, you doing all of that, right? Do you think you're open to a relationship? Because sometimes you don't get into a relationship because you're not open to one. I mean, you know, Mr. Handsome John could come by, you know, have all the qualities, but if he think that I'm gonna call him every day, he must be out of his rabbit mind. I got things to do, place to go, people to see, things to talk about, and I'm not gonna commit myself to doing that all the time. Relationships are give and take, no matter what the relationship is. Are you open to that?
I'm open to a relationship, but like I said, it just have to be right. I think I'm a little picky. I don't know. My sister.
Wait a minute.
A little.
No.
It's like waiting for that. I was just waiting for that. That's what I was
There's
waiting
nothing wrong
for.
with being picky. There's nothing wrong.
Queen Nine. It's like yes. Oh my God.
I am a little picky.
Not a little, baby. Not a little.
Thank you.
Oh, expand that.
It's all right
Expand
to be
that.
picky. It's all right to be picky.
Come on, bring it out.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't think I'm all. I don't think I'm all that picky. Like, I mean, I don't want a perfect man. I don't want nobody perfect because I'm not perfect. I'm not close to being perfect. So I don't want people to think that I'm like to the point I'm picky where I'm looking for somebody perfect. But I think all of us got a pickiness in them too. It's not just me.
I agree. I'm definitely picky as well, but I would have to agree with Queen Shay. Love is a feeling and it's also a choice. It's a feeling because it's always, you know, two people that are growing, it evolves, it grows, but it's also a choice because you two or whoever you're in a relationship with make it a priority to make it work, continue to build. So it's both. I'm not sure which one goes first because I know Queen T said something goes first or whatever. It's both.
And we don't want to cut nobody off. If you got a dying answer to this question, jump right on in, ladies.
Don't.
I'm waiting.
But Queen said next.
Yep. Oh, I guess they said next. What's the next question, Queen Emma?
Okay, then we'll move on to the next question. The next question comes from Shaquay from Elizabeth. And Shaquay wants to know, should women propose to a man? Should a woman propose to a man?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Cut
So the question was, should a woman propose to a man? Absolutely not.
Right. Should a woman propose to a man?
No.
No,
Why not?
no, never.
It don't. Mm-mm.
Why not?
And
You
let
pray,
me
you
just tell
say,
you why
Lord,
very
please
quickly.
send me
I'ma
my
tell you why.
Boaz. You know,
I'ma-
please send me my Boaz, Lord. You know, and
That's
Lord, send you your
beautiful.
Boaz.
That's beautiful,
And then,
you know. But this
and
is the
then,
thing for me. This is it for me. I feel like women we move faster than men. We understand our feelings. We know what we want. If this is the man that we're gonna spend our life with, or we want to spend our life with, we know it. You know, men take a little longer to get there.
yes.
And that's okay, you know, no rush unless you're moving at snail pace. Now you can't be moving like molasses, taking 17 years to say, okay, baby, let's get married. Now I'm crusty and you want to marry me. No, absolutely not. But I just feel like it takes them longer to get there. So if they're not ready, why would I rush you into something that you're not ready for? And then they feel that pressure to you know, take on that responsibility when they're not really ready for it. When a man is ready to marry you, that's when he's gonna ask.
And I
okay, so you've been
So-
dating Johnny. You've been dating Johnny for 3 years, right? Y'all been through thick and thin together, up and down, this and that. And you ready to get married, and Johnny act like he ready to get married. He just don't know quite how to say it. You don't think you could say to him, listen, honey, so, you know, it's been a minute now. Where's this relationship going? You know, I want to
That's
get
not
married.
proposing, Emma. That's
No?
not proposing.
No,
I'm not
it's
getting
not.
down on one knee and presenting a ring to a man. I'd rather eat the cement on the ground. I'm not doing that. That is craziness. Now that's the man's, I just really feel like that's a man's, and not a responsibility, but that's just that, you got that. And when you're ready to ask me, that's how I know you're ready. I'm not gonna, yes, I can ask you, you know, where do you see this relationship going? Do you see it progressing to that? And we can have that conversation, but I'm not gonna pressure you into marrying me, because then that brings problems all in itself.
But you've been dating Johnny for 5 years, and you're like, honey, I'm ready to get married, have children, you know, buy a house, get a dog, you know what I'm saying?
If
All
I-
that kind of things that go along with being married. What's the
If I
problem with
say that I'm
saying, so
ready-
let's get married, I'm available Saturday?
Mm.
But I'm sure during that 5 years, a conversation has been taken.
Right.
Exactly.
So somebody in that 5 years have to say what their expectation is. Like, I'm not dating to date. I'm dating to get married. So
Exactly.
at that moment, somewhere in that 5 years, at that moment, you know where each other is. And they may say, I want to marry you, or I don't want to get married, or, you know what I'm saying? It's something in that conversation that can tell you, okay, this may not be the one for me. So let me not waste no more time, and let me just go ahead about my business, and I'm gonna leave you alone, X, Y, and Z. And if that's where you going and he don't know that, or he's moving slow, I've seen it. Y'all seen that show, Put a Ring on It? Them girls put pressure on them boys. On the men, rather, those men. They put pressure on them. If you don't ask me to marry you within a certain amount of time, I don't think this is the one for you. I'm not for you. I mean,
the show.
I'm not saying I'm gonna put pressure on her. You know, it is what it is. But
I have a question too. If you can't lead the proposal, how are you going to lead me in our lives together? Like, I know that's the traditional in me that, you know, the man's supposed to get on one knee, but if you can't lead the proposal, how are you going to lead as being my husband? So absolutely not.
Well, you know what, not you just said something, you know, he's supposed to get on one knee. But that's the main reason why I'm not doing it, because my knees are bad. Who's gonna help me get up from off the ground? Who's gonna help me up off the ground? I'm not doing it. My knees. I'm almost 40. My knees. Okay, that was my take on it. All right. Go ahead, Queenz.
Oh wait,
You can put a pillow on there. You can put a pillow on your knee.
I just wanted to ask Jock, is that a show where the guys and the women come on the show knowing what the bottom line is?
yeah, it's a show with about 3 couples, and they sit around with a counselor, and she kind of like helps them in their relationship. It may be issues in their relationship. Maybe they have asked them to marry them before, but somebody said no. Well, the female might have said no, but because of insecurities, or because they've cheated before, or whatever the issue was. So she's kind of like helping them work through it to where the ending result at the end of the show is one of the man asking the woman to marry them. It's a good show. It's on OWN.
Okay.
Very interesting.
That's my thing about this. once you've been in a relationship for so long, like say for instance 5 years, because I've been in a relationship for about that long, and I felt like it wasn't going anywhere. I thought we grew apart as well. So I feel like what Shay said. A man knows when they want to be married to somebody, and some men know right away. As soon as they meet the person, they like, I knew that was going to be my wife. So I don't think it takes 5 years for a man to be like, okay, this is the one for me. No, I don't think he wants to marry you, period. Because most men know in the beginning that you're going to be his wife.
Even if they're not ready to get married, they know that you're the wife.
Right.
I believe that.
Right.
Yeah, but they may know that, but they gotta know also. I don't have time.
Well, I got
somebody
time.
like me. Somebody like me. I don't have any kids.
Yashay said she got time.
I don't have any kids. So me compared to Yashay, no, I don't have any kids. That's something I want, and I don't want a baby father.
Right.
I want a husband. I want that whole family. I'm kind of like traditional.
I want a whole family.
Like Nigeria. I don't want a baby father. I mean, God bless those that do have those, and y'all relationships, whatever like that. And don't get me wrong, because in a relationship with a husband, he may not he can give me what I need, but he may not be that father. But I don't know. I still just want that family.
Yeah.
Family organization. I don't want to be father.
You know what, Jack, I say about that? I think we can fault us as women for staying in a relationship so long without it going to the next level.
Right.
So I can agree. I can fault us as women in putting ourselves, we know what we want, but we lose ourselves into a relationship so much that we just start settling. Why should we have to settle?
Yeah.
So my question to everyone is, how long is too long?
Thank you. Thank you.
It's funny because we had that question too. We had
Wait a minute before we go in there. Let's hear what Shay saying.
That's where we was going with it. We on the right track, because that's where I'm going with it. I just feel like everybody's timeline is different. I feel like Jock, she wants kids. She wants that life. And so, girl, boy, whatever. I don't got time to play with you. If you know what you want and this is right, we working towards it. All right, let's make it happen. But for me, I'm 24. So like, we could date, we could be in a relationship for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, because I'm not trying to get married in my 20s. I don't want to. If God say otherwise, we got to have a conversation, but all right, whatever you want to do. But I just don't see that. And my mother taught me, we talked about relationships, and she would tell me like, girl, 5 years is nothing to get to know somebody, because you get to know them in 2 years and you think you know them. Y'all propose, y'all get married, they a whole nother person and you confused. So 5 years for me it's not a long time. Now, if you're wasting my time in that 5 years, that's a different story. But if we're genuinely growing and building in those 5 years and really working towards maturing ourselves for marriage, okay. But 5 years of you playing around, that's another story. But like I said, everybody's timeline is different because we're all at different ages and different stages in our life. But 5 years for me is too long for somebody else.
How do you know in 5 years he's been playing around? Like, you've been dating him for 5 years.
I'm saying, like,
on and off. Do you say enough is enough?
Well, in 5 years, you're setting goals. So if that goal, one of those goals are not being set, then you're playing.
Right.
We're at the same place we are at the beginning. 5 years later, we're playing.
And playing to me is like, we on and off, you think we still dating, we like all that, that's playing. I don't got time to play with you. I don't play with
and
you.
also we not growing, that's also playing.
Yeah, like I don't want to play with nobody.
So how long is too long? Is like 5 years your limit? Like what is too long for y'all?
Well, sure,
I have to say
50 plus. No, I'm not doing 5 years. I'm not doing 5 years.
I agree.
At 30, I'm not doing 5 years.
Right. So 5 years, I'm not doing.
I'm with you, Queen. I'm with you, Queen Ty. 50 plus.
So
I'm not.
years is definitely. So you meet a guy and you've been dating this guy for 3 weeks and he wants to marry you.
Oh
no.
For me,
You don't want to marry
Wait
me.
a minute.
Green
Wait
card?
a minute, guys.
You've been dating him for
Because
6
I
weeks.
I just saw a post on social media like days ago, and I was going to talk to you guys about it. I'm so serious. I think back in, I forgot, it's been some years now since they've been together. And they really were like, they got married in like 2 months. 2 or 3 months.
right.
And that was like 10, 15 years ago. And they're still together. And that goes to say it, you know what?
They
While
know each other
important
beforehand.
factor. No, they still they look happy to me. I mean, I'm your social media. I don't know what's going on.
Listen, I can testify. My parents met and got married in 6 weeks, and they stayed together over 50
That was a
something
different
years
time.
until both of them.
No, but it's
You know what
it's
I'm saying?
I
really
believe it.
time while it's
possible.
significant.
It's possible.
It's possible. It's
It's
possible.
miracle,
While
okay?
timing is
Because
significant, but
you never
a
really
miracle.
know a person. You never really know a
right,
person. You never really know. People change. Hopefully, they're evolving for the better. But people change all the time. We've
Well,
changed.
I ain't gonna
as
take no
girlfriends.
risk at 6 weeks. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be like, you know what? Let's just throw the dice. No, ma'am.
Queen, Emma, I thought you said 3 weeks. It's 3 weeks.
But
That's
you know what, Shay, I get that at your age where you're like that, but like I agree with Ty, 50 plus. We know what we want at this stage in game. All that stuff we did in our 20s and 30s and dating people just to be dating and just this didn't matter and that didn't matter. We're 50 plus. We know what we want. So when I can't put a time frame on it, but it will not. I do not have 5 years, and I don't want to say like I don't have 5 years away because people always think, oh, you know what, you're getting older, you're in a timeline. No, we don't have a timeline, but you will not waste 5 years of my life. Did that, done that, will not do that again.
And I support you. You know, if you and Ty get married tomorrow, I'm gonna be at the wedding because that is beautiful.
Me too.
You know? No, and I wholeheartedly mean that. You know, if y'all find love in 6 weeks and y'all decide to get married and you say it's right, girl, I trust the God in you. Pray for it. That is beautiful.
Okay, ladies, so listen, this has been just exciting and fun, but let's move on to the next question. Tiffany from Jersey City wants to know, would you date someone with a different religious view?
No.
I already knew not
That was
Tiffany was gonna say no. That must have been for her.
That was for me.
I definitely
We
would.
have to be equally yoked, so no. I'm sorry, I can't
Really,
date no
BB?
Muslims.
I would. And
I got
a little story behind why I would.
We listening.
You know what?
Queen Lady B, you was dating Muslim?
And he was, and I'm getting to that. And he was, if I could be honest, he was actually, is it safe to say he was the love of your life if you're not with him? Like if he asked me tomorrow, like, let's get married, I would say yes today.
Is he gonna convert to Christianity?
And I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that.
Better finish.
I'm getting to that because you can be unequally yoked and you could both be believers and believe
That's
that
right.
Christ is the Son of God.
That's right.
So, and I was reading a book a couple of months ago. It's so many different avenues or meanings to being unequally yoked. And we tie that right into Jesus Christ. He was a Muslim and he honors and loves God with his whole heart. Like we both be like, I wonder what God think of me today. Like that type of faith and belief. But he just believed that Jesus Christ was a prophet and not the Son of God. And not to tap in too much into all of that, but that was the only reason why it didn't work because I wasn't converting. And I was trying to be like, okay, well then you could believe it. And his thing was, well, what about our kids? Which faith are we going to teach our kids?
Yeah.
So, but outside of that, and God, give me, if we die, go to heaven. I realized that wasn't wrong. I'm coming back to marry that man. No, he was everything I ever wanted in a guy. Provider, gentleman, awesome. Like he was just great, but that was our main thing. Like we couldn't do it. We couldn't get to the point of marriage but I dated him and he was awesome. It doesn't make them a bad person. If somebody's willing to convert, but we both honored and loved God. And I think it's a lot of men. We can't get into all of that right now.
Yeah.
It's a touchy topic, but I would
I think you hit it on the head though, because I think that's the main issue that arises. That's the, are you going to convert?
Right.
Because
I thought about it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was this close, like wrap me up. But I'm serious. I'm just being transparent and honest. That's how much I felt like he was a great fit for me. And of course, I would have never denied the fact that Jesus Christ was the Son of God. I just wouldn't have told them. I wouldn't have said that in the and in my head, I would have been like, but I was this close. I was, but then my heart is so invested in what I believe in. I couldn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
And
to be honest, it definitely can work, because I was at a wedding, and this man is Nigerian, and well, he was Nigerian, but he's Muslim. The bride was Christian, and to this day they're still married, and I was in their wedding and everything, so it can definitely work, but it's just not for me.
Not for you. Yeah, I understand. It clearly it wasn't for you. It didn't work out.
I don't think I could deal with those issues.
My question to that is, later on down the line, like, do you think that the men would try to convert the woman over into their religion?
Yeah,
that was
I guess.
You know what? I think that would be a situation that would need to be discussed in the beginning. I know people who are Catholic and Christian, and the Catholic and the Christian couple is like, listen, you believe what you believe, and I believe what I believe, but I love you, and I'm willing to make this work, and that's how we're going to do it. And the person neither of them converted. I know Muslim and Christian is a big difference, but even as close as Catholics and Christian, they're not that far apart. They're not that far apart.
I agree.
So, it would really depend on what you are willing to. Yeah.
But I just want somebody that I could talk to about what I believe in, and they believe what I believe, and we can have we can have those conversations and understand each other and be able to feed each other in that way. If you're Catholic and you believe a totally different thing than I do, and have a totally different viewpoint, I can do as much as understand you or listen, but I can't give any feedback unless we're debating, and then it turns into a debate. Well, I believe this and you believe. I just want us to believe the same thing, so life is just easier that way. I guess I'm just asking for the easy way out, but that's
But
there's nothing wrong with that. But I love
to somebody. You can listen to somebody and agree to disagree. You can
but I don't
say,
do that.
know what? Right, but you don't do that. But we talk about a whole audience of women that we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? It's a situation where you can sit and you can say, listen, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I'm here to support you, even if it's not religion, even if it's on any other type of question, like he's a vegan and you're a meat lover. You understand what I'm saying? It's a difference.
We can do that.
We can do that.
I've done it.
Yeah, we can do that. That's nothing.
I'm doing it now.
Right.
I'm like, give me a cheeseburger.
I would love to hear from Queen Tans on this one. I really would.
Yes.
Queen Tans, what's up?
We listening.
I definitely would. I've dated Muslims in the past, and they knew from the start that I wasn't converting. So like Queen Emma said, I think it's a discussion you need to have in the beginning. I know a lot of mothers, like I'm talking about praying, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled mothers that have married men that did not believe at all. And
that's right.
The word of God says, you sanctified wife sanctifies her unbelieving and unsanctified husband. So it doesn't, it's just a personal choice, I believe. Me, I definitely would, because I know the power I have that God has given me and the authority he's given me. I'm praying that man in. You hear me? And I feel like if God allowed my feelings to be that deep, then it's going to be just that.
It's going to work.
That's way I'm a fast, and God going to save and bring him in. And
yes, I like that.
So yeah, I'm not into blocking my blessings. I'm not into closing nothing off, because God is a big God. He's great. He's huge. And I think he could really surpass our finite minds, because he's so infinite. So I'm not into blocking nothing. God, I'm open. Do what you want.
Awesome. He's awesome. Yes, he is.
Coming back to get me, Tans? Oh my God. God,
And you're gonna convert. Look at God.
It's crazy. Bibi is
Definitely converting after what Tansy said. Queen Tansy gonna have him a whole pastor.
That's
Y'all
it.
about to go to her prayer room right now.
Yes, Lord.
Kenny said,
See, you got it in you.
you're gonna do
That
this,
prayer, man.
and you're gonna do that. You're gonna convert him. Come on, Jesus, off the prayer.
Listen, we're gonna have a deliverance service. So we're gonna work that all.
Oh God.
So Lady B, Queen Lady B got his smoke, I
Please come
guess.
back and get her. Please come back and get her. She is way in.
We want to
It's still a size 7.
We want to thank Tiffany from Jersey City for that
Oh my
wonderful.
God.
Yes, Tiffany, thank you.
We're going to move on. Pat from Irvington wants to know, is flirting in a text message the same as cheating?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Someday,
Yes, it
yes,
is.
it is, child.
Yeah, next.
Yes.
Time.
I feel like, yes.
No, I say
Anything that
yeah.
makes your partner uncomfortable is cheating. So yes, that's cheating.
Anything
You're
you
not about to be
wouldn't do in
flirting with
front of
nobody in
your
a
man
text.
is cheating.
That's right.
Or anything
Yeah.
you wouldn't do in front of your woman is cheating.
Right.
Yeah, a whole cheat.
Unless they insecure and they mad about everything. But
Right.
it's
But if
cheating.
you gotta hide it, if you're hiding it, I'm with Shay on that. If you're hiding it, that the enemy, let me tell, I don't know, I don't want to get so out, but we already know who is responsible for hiding and keeping stuff secret and all that other stuff. If it ain't in the light and you can't do it around your people, then you shouldn't do it.
Right.
So I have a question. What if they are openly flirting in front of you? Like, look, babe, look, I told my friend she looked good. Is that cheating? That's
If he
openly
told his
cheating, right?
friend she looked good,
Like
that's a
that,
compliment.
That's nothing. But you talking
Yeah.
about getting like, wow, I like the way them jeans look on you.
Let me take them off.
That's disrespectful.
Sure.
Ah, nobody
To me,
say
that's
that no
not
more.
flirting. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
I don't
Flirting
say that no more.
calling,
What?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Jock said they don't say that no more. What they say, Jock?
what
What's the word
compliment
now,
they
Jock?
give-
What's the word on the street?
I
Jock,
have
what's the
male
word on the street
friends.
now?
Trust me, I have male friends, and they like, yo, Ty, look at this chick in these jeans. Yeah.
So are y'all saying it's a thin line between a compliment and a flirt?
That's funny.
Say that again, Nigeria.
The thin line.
I said, are y'all saying that it's a thin line between a compliment and a flirt? Because what's the difference? Why you
It's the way you say it.
Right. It's your delivery.
Right.
If it makes
And
you
your
feel
wording.
comfortable,
Right.
then it's a problem.
Right.
Like if
Yeah.
my boyfriend
So
was to
that's the
say, "Oh
determining
my God,
factor.
Bibi, you
He's
look
responsible
beautiful."
for your feelings.
Huh?
Right.
What?
Is that the determining factor? Is he responsible for your
It-
feelings?
it-
Because
no,
if he's
yeah.
innocent, if
Yeah.
he's innocent,
I'm
wait,
saying,
let me finish my question. Let me finish.
okay.
Okay, so if he's innocent and he's just a flirt, I know guys who they just a flirt. They can't help themselves. They just a flirt. That's just the way they are. And if you're with a woman that every time you say, "Hey, sugar," "Hey, sweetie," and she's swollen, like, why are you always talking to her like that? Why is this?
Like,
That's your.
That's not really a flirt,
insecurity.
though. That's not a flirt.
That don't bother me, Emma.
Yeah.
That don't bother me.
So then, what part? What's the difference? Explain to me. Tell me where I'm missing it at.
First of
That's what I
all,
was
they don't
asking.
say that.
But I'm not talking about somebody who like, listen,
That's how you how they flirt.
text me tonight after 7. She gonna go to bed at 6:15. You understand what I'm saying? To me, that's total disrespect. That's not a flirt.
Right. That is total
So
disrespect.
what's your definition of a flirt?
Listen, flirts are different now, ladies. Y'all, you look good in them jeans and whatever you said. They're not saying that no more.
Old.
John's
That's
still
old,
stuck on
Queen T.
the
That's
jeans.
old.
On those jeans. No, they're not flirting like that no more. They are in-
The older
they are
crowd
in
might be doing
DMs.
that.
Yeah, they're in
They're
DMs.
old people.
They're in DMs. They are openly disrespecting you by commenting on pictures and stuff
Oh,
like that,
yeah.
saying certain things. So I mean,
I had to block a pastor.
the way they flirted back in y'all day is not the way they flirting right now. Yeah. So they saying different things. So you'll know the difference of a flirt versus,
Right.
Oh, hey, girl, that's my
and
homegirl
that's my
type of
point. Some
flirt.
things are just totally
different.
disrespectful. Some things are just totally disrespectful.
Oh, this just took
So
me
those
out of
things
here
are
with what y'all saying about this flirting. That just took me out.
Hold up, I'm fucking out on B.
Oh my God.
B. What you say, B?
The T was yes. B
I had to.
like you said the T and the black.
I had to block. I had to block a pastor who was married, and it was just becoming ridiculous. I think his wife is so beautiful. And this is none of the pastors that I'm still friends with. Nobody searching the timeline like I was. I blocked him.
Oh my God.
We know how to look.
He would like it wasn't just like oh you look beautiful, like it was
Right.
it was just even the emojis creeped me out. And at that point, and I tried, I was like, oh, I would say thanks, or sometimes I would ignore his comment. But then after a while, I was like, no, he gotta go. And I really don't like blocking and deleting people. Y'all know me. I'm such a soft-hearted person. But I was like, no, because after a while, it looks bad on my behalf. Like I'm letting you leave that stuff on my page. Right. You're
definitely entertaining.
And a celebrity had to fuss him out. I'll tell y'all about that another day. She's like a well-known stylist, and he was on her page. She was like, aren't you married? Like, I was like, no.
I think I know who you're talking about.
You probably do.
We ain't gonna call no names.
I would never call no names. But
I would never do that.
Flirting can definitely cross the line at some point. We're gonna bring it back, to what Queen Emma asked. But yeah, no, I had to.
If I can just add to this a little bit,
And after that, Queen Shay gonna have to add because she didn't try twice.
Oh God.
I just want to add to this that anything that a person does that makes you feel uncomfortable,
right.
I mean, come on, you really got to be born yesterday if you don't know the difference between someone that's flirting, or if you're flirting and you're with the person and you're actually flirting with somebody else. As a woman, this ain't right. If you're looking at a man's DM, I don't care what social platform he on, and he's saying things that's not appropriate. Whether it's considered flirting, and it's definitely disrespectful, but the difference. It's different. Like if we're at a party, let's say, and my friend says to me, oh, you have a beautiful bunch of women that you're connected to, or your friends are so cool. There's no insecurity here because it's okay. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, are you looking at my friends? Now you're being insecure. But at the end of the day, if you say something like, oh, she got a fatty and she got a fat, or when you're being disrespected. I mean, you got to be a baby if you don't understand the difference between a flirt. I don't care if it's online, offline, don't matter. When you're being disrespected.
Hey, go ahead. Let's jump in with your point.
Go ahead, Shay.
No. That she said it at that point. She said the difference. It's the difference. Like if you just say my friend is beautiful, okay, child, I know that. Thank you so much.
Right.
But
because the question was is flirting, and that's why we go into this. Was flirting in a text message cheating? And that's why we needed to understand the difference if you're flirting or disrespecting. Flirting
is cheating.
Is one thing.
It is.
Disrespecting is something else.
You could call it what you want to call it. You're doing something you're not supposed to be doing when you're supposed to be in a relationship.
Yeah, because
that's disrespecting.
What's the end result? So what's the end result to what you're doing? Like, if you flirting and you're targeting somebody digitally on social media or something like that, what's your end game? Like what you trying to do?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But what if you ladies are
do
doing a flirt and you don't know it? What if you're just friendly and you're just giving people compliments? Is that a flirt?
I would never. But you gotta let them know. I'm just saying you look nice.
I would never do anything that's disrespectful to the person I'm with. So everybody that knows me, even though I say I'm one way, they say, no, you're not like that. But I could be a chatty person. I can go in the room and get along with anybody. I'm very social. I can walk in the room by myself and be able to talk to everybody in that room at some point in time. But at the same time, I know how to, you know how to present yourself in a way in which it doesn't come off. Yeah, I'm social. You want to go somewhere with somebody, you're a social person. You can't go somewhere with somebody who's not a social butterfly. Because then they're gonna be all, that's when they're gonna be all like emotional, like you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. But at the end of the day, I know how to work in a room without making it look like, you know, I'm cheating. I'm doing something. I'm never going to do anything. And if I'm going to talk to somebody, I'm going to introduce him to the person that I'm with. There's going to be things that's going to happen that he's going to know this is innocent.
Yeah.
I think this was a really good question. Emma, we have others? We have other questions?
As a matter of fact, I do. The next question comes from LaShonda from Brooklyn. She wants to know, would you get back with your ex?
Ooh, which
answered that
one?
already.
Which one?
Any of them.
I like how we got
Like-
somebody out of
like-
state. That's good.
Like people that we actually have dated before.
People that you've actually dated before.
No, sir. No, ma'am.
Okay.
ma'am.
Anybody else?
I'm moving
Well, we
forward.
know if
I'll
Emma
go
would open
back.
up and Bianca's friend would come back, she would be back in a heartbeat.
Hey,
Wait, I'm sorry.
for a
I'm
reason.
sorry.
But just that one. Just
Just
saying.
that one. Just
What's
that
the what's the question again?
He
Would you go
said,
back to an ex?
Would
one.
you?
Right, would you get back with your ex?
Would you get back with your ex?
Depends on who it is. Yep,
Ooh.
I've done it.
I
And
have to.
I'm gonna leave it like that.
Mic
I
drop. That's
feel
it.
like he's an ex for a reason.
Yeah, me too.
Period.
Yep. Okay, but y'all have to understand.
Oh, that's another
It
show.
depends on the ex and it depends on the
The
situation.
situation.
I'm not saying go back to a bad ex. I'm not saying
Right,
that.
right.
Y'all were good, and the only thing that was in the middle of y'all was like growing
A
up.
situation, yeah.
Right, something,
Grown
right, something
now.
light.
So try to go
Yeah.
back to work it out. Then yeah, but not.
Okay, in that
not a
situation, yeah.
cheating-
But not if he was
cheating, a
just a total
lying
jerk.
ex. I'm not talking about those people. No,
Yeah.
you won't
Right.
get that. But anybody that's been good to you and y'all just separated for whatever reason, and it wasn't
And came
you know,
back.
bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I would. Yep.
I
That's
would
good.
say that I won't go back to an ex, like a person I was actually in a relationship with, but there is a person that I was dating. We never actually made it to a relationship that I would explore dating again. But as far as the people that actually made it to a relationship, yeah, no. Thank you.
I
Oh,
said, thank
this is
you.
so
Did you say
funny
thank
to
you
me.
at the end?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you for your
Woo.
services.
I have a headache because this is so funny to me. Oh, them jeans really took me out. Them jeans and them.
Because you want them jeans. She ain't letting them.
Are those leaves that you're wearing?
Yeah.
Actually, they're
I'm
right.
so excited we have all of these good questions.
The next question.
That was
What
an easy
are
one.
two things, or one thing, two things, or three things that you have learned from a bad relationship? That's from Nafisa from Plainfield. She wants to know, what are two things you learned from a bad relationship?
Pansy?
Wait, what?
And Nafisa's going to be watching.
Wait, you said three.
You say Yashay?
I said Tans.
Wait, you said three things, Queen Emma? Three
Two.
things?
Yes.
What are two things you learned from a bad relationship?
A bad relationship. Wow.
Okay.
It's a handful.
The one thing I can say is maturity and how I dealt with it. Maturity on how I dealt with the situation. That was one for sure. Like learning my reaction, learning how to react. The second thing is I had to grow in the area of being confident in myself. So not always like being nagging, not nagging, but giving them space. You know, that's for me.
Okay, anybody else? What is something that two things that you learned from a bad relationship?
I've learned not to trust too soon. Like everything you guys were saying earlier about is love a choice or a feeling. You ladies are pouring into me, whether y'all know it or not. I'm here for me. You know, like it is so wise to make sure it's a choice before it's a feeling, because your emotions can mislead you.
That's
And I think that mine have several times. So I said that to say, definitely to not just go off my emotions, number one, and make sure it makes sense. Make sure the relationship makes sense.
Yeah.
Mine would be not to lose myself
Mhm.
into a relationship. Not to let him take anything away from me. By the way he talks to me, maybe downgrade me physically or verbally. Not to lose myself in a relationship. And that's
I want to go ahead. You finished?
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to add that because in losing yourself, I believe we shouldn't compromise our core values and our beliefs, you know, our morals. None of those things should be up for debate in a relationship. He should never, like you said, take away from you in that way because of what he wants or what she wants, you know. If you know that that has been keeping you grounded and it keeps you, you know, morally stable, I believe that you should never let anybody take that from you because of something that they want, because they're ultimately leading you down a path that's unstable and not right for you. And then you always want to be in, we as women of God, we want to be in right standing with God, so we should never let them take any of that from us. So
That's an awesome phrase. And on that note, we want to thank all of our viewers who sent in questions. We ask that you continue to send in questions and keep watching us. We're going to turn this portion over to Queen Queenz for our final remarks.
Hey everybody, we thank you so much, y'all. Let's give our audience
Yes,
applause.
that was beautiful.
Yeah, you guys
That
gave
was
us
fun.
some really good questions, and we're really looking forward to these last Wednesdays of every month where we get an opportunity just to kind of talk with you and address your questions, and you get to know us a little better, and we also get to know you a little better. So we appreciate you. We appreciate that time. And once again, you have experienced the Queen's Quarters, where there is a queen in you and a king in you. We're not leaving our men out. We want our men to join in too. So you guys get us some more questions as well, so you can to help us and help you all in your single relationships, periods, and all that good stuff. All right, guys, listen, you too, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Please click on your post notifications. Make sure you are ready for when we go live, so you know. Also share. Bring more people in. We want to be able to address as many people as we can and hit the masses. So we thank you so much for joining in with us at Queen's Quarters, and we love you so much. Don't forget, tune back in next Wednesday. We'll see you then.